Out of 4 wrestling shows this weekend for PLE/TV specials, or pay-per-views in general for AEW to be more specific. Out of 4 shows, I was not thinking of doing Great American Bash being the first show. That's the first show I watched, honestly, out of the 4 shows. Obviously, Evolution is still to come later on tonight. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas on YouTube and all audio platforms, which your WWE, NXT, or WWE Great American Bash 2025 review. I'm Lucas on YouTube and all audio platforms. I'm your host, as always, Lucas E. Allen on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Will follow me there, Lucas E. Allen. Facebook is still technically no limits to Lucas. I know I'm still yet to fix that. I know, people. Trust me about that. I'm just still been very busy, to say the least. So you hear kids screaming outside my fucking house. What else? It's fucking you! Unbelievable. They weren't screaming as much as beforehand until I start recording. Go fucking figure. Yes, I've been drinking coffee, people. Because I was fucking exhausted today. Probably because I watched 3 fucking wrestling shows yesterday going to last night. Unbelievable, I know. I'm a crazy man. But then again, it's all good content creating. It's gotta be about this type people, Lucas, to say the least. I'm going to discuss your WWE Great American Bash 2025 review. Go follow me on social media if you already. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Lucas Eon. Facebook is still technically no limits to Lucas. Watching on YouTube, hit the like button today's upload. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn the bell for all post notifications. If you don't miss an upload on YouTube or podcasting, to say the least. Watching, if also give a comment in this video, what you think of WWE Great American Bash 2025. You didn't watch it, honestly. I don't blame you if you didn't. But I did, obviously, watching all 4 shows this weekend, to say the least. Watch on Spotify. Hit me a 5-star rating. Leave me a comment if you watch on Spotify, or if I like a comment on Spotify. You think of Great American Bash 2025. You watched it, obviously, to say the least. Let's get right into your show, shall we? This show is fucking boring. This show is going head-to-head with AEW's All-In 2025, the biggest wrestling event in AEW right now. The biggest event for AEW all year, to say the least. Now let's go. Javon Evans defeats Jasper Troy to start the show in a solid match. Also, Ruca defeats Izzi Dame to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship. It was also a solid match. But I gotta be honest, these 2 matches were solid. But did they really need to be on the PLE card? For NXT regular television, has been so fucking missable and least decent. Last week's show, this week's show was fucking bad. But that would be to say the least. Why the fuck can you at least saw Ruca defend her championship against Izzi Dame on NXT soil this week? And she got wrestled twice this weekend. Tonight at Evolution, yesterday at Great American Bash. You couldn't at least give her 1 weekend off. Really? I know she likes to, and I know she's convened for the tag team titles tonight, but still. You can at least this match take place in NXT. You can at least take place in NXT, to say the least. We're going to discuss also Ruca defeats Izzi Dame to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship. If it was a solid match, don't get me wrong, though. Also, probably the best thing on the show, I blame you if you said this. Ethan Page defeats Ricky Saints to retain the NXT North American Championship. In a Falls Count Anywhere, Anything Goes match. This was a freaking very fun match, man. I gotta be honest, this was freaking a big banger. This is a banger of a match. We're going to discuss that. Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, and Trick Williams being the reigning defending TNA World Champion. And Joe Hendry and Mike Santana signed their contract for their upcoming TNA World Championship match at TNA Slammiversary this Saturday night. And after the Dark State show up and lay out Santana and Hendry. Fucking forgettable and boring. I don't give a flying shit, bro. This could have been safe for at least TNA or NXT television this week. No, we gotta put this on an NXT PLE going head-to-head with All-In, bro. How fucking ridiculous does that sound, dear Shawn Michaels? I can't even blame it. It's probably Triple H and WWE management wanted this happen to go head-to-head with AEW. Because you can't do Saturday night's main event because it was Saturday night's main event. Why would it be Saturday night's... Well, it'll be Saturday night afternoon events or something like that, to say the least. It won't be night, I'll tell you that right now. Just ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, to say the least. We're going to discuss that. We're also discussing Oba Femi defeats Yoshiki Inamura to retain the NXT World Championship. Also, was a very good match. Also, the main event, Blake Monroe makes her NXT WWE General debut. And Jordynne Grace to defeat Fatal Influence, JC Jane, and Fallon Henley in the main event. We're discussing this match was solid for what it was. But this also need to be for not just the main event for the show. For freaking the PLE in general. You couldn't have Blake Monroe have her in-ring debut with Jordynne Grace in a tag team match this past Tuesday night for your go-home show. And put on a different match on this card. No, we gotta have fucking this of all things. I love Blake Monroe / Mariah May to death. I like Jordynne Grace a lot. You don't like JC Jane a lot and Fallon Henley. But this could have easily main event NXT this week. Why did we need to have this on the show, Shawn Michaels? I'm looking at you. We're going to discuss that in y'all on today's podcast. Great to join maybe. It's always going to say this year's WWE Great American Bash 2025 review on Lucas on YouTube and all audio platforms. Starting with, you guessed it, Javon Evans. He starts the show and defeats Jasper Troy to start the show, like I said. I felt this is a very good David versus Goliath type match to a point. It was solid for what it was, bro, but still. I didn't need to have this start the show, honestly. Like, what was the point of this being on the show, and why should I care? I think this was made last minute. Was it not made last minute? It wasn't Jasper Troy challenging Oba Femi for the NXT World Championship in the main event a couple of NXTs ago, television shows ago. And then he faced Yoshiki Inamura 2 weeks ago on NXT, becoming the #1 contendership for the NXT Championship for tonight. Or last night, yesterday in general, to say the least. But did we have to have this on the show? Who the fuck cares? I mean, it was solid for what it was. I want to take away from the match in general. But how am I supposed to care, Shawn Michaels? I know this is probably not your fault. It's probably Triple H, Nick Khan, and Ari Emanuel. Probably the fault of why make you go head-to-head with AEW All In, the biggest wrestling event for AEW all year. That's probably not even Shawn Michaels' fault. I get that. But at least if he's going to at least put on a show with this. You know, it's not his fault, like I said. At least make some sort of effort. This man didn't even fucking try other than like one or maybe two matches. He didn't even try. I'm not saying he was going to beat out AEW. Don't get me wrong. But at least make some sort of fucking little bit of an effort. He didn't make shit of an effort. Only for one match and two matches at bare minimum. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why is this even starting the show? It's supposed to set the tone later in the night. Or afternoon at that point, we don't want to fucking name it. This gets a B-. The match was solid for what it was, but I want to take away from match and judge. Javon Evans is fucking great. Don't get me wrong. But this match is a B- for sure. Lucky you're getting a B- on C+. Moving on to Sol Ruca. Soul Snatch. Right there. Sol Ruca, the reigning defending NXT Women's North American Champion, defeats Izzi Dame to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship, like I said. This also gets a B-. Another solid match. Why the fuck couldn't this take place on, I don't know, NXT television? I gotta be honest in general. Why the fuck is Great American Bash could have been like a TV special for not 1 or 2 weeks? Why does this have to be a PLE? Oh, that's right, because AEW's competition. Even though Triple H and WWE itself don't want to admit it. That's right. No matter what the viewership says for AEW, they're still the second biggest wrestling company in the world. Not just the United States or any of the overseas sales in the fucking world. Whether you like it or not, WWE. It ain't Impact or TNA, when I name it. It ain't New Japan Pro Wrestling. It ain't Pro Wrestling, no, don't get it twisted. It ain't MLW, forget their NWA, even if they exist anymore, to say the least. But this match gets a B- to Sol Ruca and Izzi Dame. What else you want me to say about it? What else you want me to say about it? I already did. The match is solid, I just don't care. I love Sol Ruca, she's fucking great. I've praised her ass a lot of times on SmackDown. She's freaking great. The 40 Fatal 4, the performance she was saved, she was elevated that match big time, to say the least. I want to say big time, but still you get the point. This saw Ruca, the Izzi Dame match for the NXT Women's North American Championship, is already B-. Moving on to Ethan Page, and probably the best thing on the show. Ethan Page, the reigning defending men's NXT North American Champion, defeats Ricky Sainz to retain, like I said, the NXT Men's North American Championship, NXT North American Championship in general, in a Falls Count Anywhere, Anything Goes match. This gets a B+. Best grin the whole fucking show. This was freaking badass, bro. I fucking love the end with Ethan Page on a razor's edge off the stage and everything. That looked fucking great, bro. You see, this and probably even Oba Femi and Yoshiki Inamura should deserve PLE worthy. All the other matches did not. Well, Lucas, you're asking for 2 matches on the show? No, I'm asking for not even a PLE in general with Great American Bash. That's what I'm fucking asking. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna have half-ass freaking booking, like half-ass things on the show, you couldn't have said Great American Bash being 1 or 2 weeks like it usually was back in like 2020 and etc. No, we gotta make it PLE just to go head-to-head with All In. That's fucking comical, bro. You ain't gonna beat out All In, bro. I'm telling you right now. Not even Saturday Night's Main. If that one went head-to-head with All In, I guarantee you All In been better, to say the least. And it honestly was better than both shows probably combined. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be an AEW show. I get AEW a lot of flack, people. Just say the least. But my God. Let's go back to NXT, shall we? This match, major voice crack, go figure. This match with Ethan Page and Ricky Sainz was freaking great. I gotta be honest. It's kind of funny, though. Both men can be for ex-AEW guys. Competing against an AEW show for All In. That's freaking kind of fun if you ask me. So there's a difference. There's a little statistic to share about that. Not that this match is not great per se anyways, it's still a freaking great, to say the least. Give it a B+, best thing on the whole damn PLE. Now on to the best thing to the worst thing. Trick Williams, the reigning defending TNA World Champion. Joe Hendry and Mike Santana have signed the contract for their upcoming TNA World Championship match at TNA Slammiversary. And the Dark State show up and laid out Santana and Hendry. This, my friends, gets an overall grade of a C-. What the fuck? He could just say this for NXT regular television, man? Or better yet, like I say I don't know how many times in this podcast already, why make this a PL fucking E? This is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean. This did not need to be a PLE for Great American Bash. Could have easily been a TV special for 1 or 2 weeks at tops. I mean, it may even be 2 weeks this year, but I would have said 1 week straight out. What the fuck was this point of this? What was the point of this, man? It was usually PLE supposed to be just matches in general, because it's a premium live event. Usually live events have major matches. What was so premium about this show, man? Like you can't get anything like you can see on regular television. This is what I fucking mean, people. Why the fuck did you need to have this on the show? And why the fuck does this event need to be a PLE in general? What the fuck was the point of this? What was the point of this? The answer is nothing. They're teasing a Dark State, basically teasing a Dark State to have a group of Trick Williams, to say the least. Have a freaking major botch in there, to say the least, my fault. Probably teasing Trick Williams and Dark State duo, to say the least, a faction in general. I get that. Trust me, I like the Dark State being with Trick Williams. It'll all help elevate the Dark State megally. Oh my God, bro. Did we have to have this on the show? The PLE in general? The answer is fuck no. Let's move on. And by the way, I'm not watching Slammiversary if you're wondering already. That's why I don't give a flying fuck about this, to say the least. Like, people are not even watching Slammiversary in general unless you're a regular standard NXT diehard fan. Which I am to a point, but I think that means I'm going to watch Slammiversary. I ain't going to pay for this. I ain't paying for it unless it's on Access TV in general for free or nothing. I don't even have Access TV in general either, so there you go. This gets a C fucking minus. And shall I move on? I don't know. Let's move on. To Oba Femi, the reign defend NXT World Champion. Defeats Yoshiki Inamura to retain, like I said, the NXT Championship. This gets an all-about grade of a B. Second best thing on the damn show. Trust me, I like Yoshiki Inamura quite a bit. I think he's very great at what he does. He be a tag team guy with Josh Briggs. He be a singles guy. This was freaking very badass. Two big men going at each other. That's not wrong, I know, but say the least. This was freaking very fun, bro. I gotta be quite honest. To me, this might be a hot take. Some people do not like this match for some strange reason. I actually like the match. First, PLE did not seem so premium. This was semi-premium, if you ask me, in this match. At least semi. Not quite premium, live event worthy. But still, second best thing on the show. I gotta be honest. Not that the show was great per se, it was honestly forgettable, like I said. Not even the same stratosphere as All In. But Oba Femi defeats Yoshiki Inamura to retain the NXT Championship. Obviously, the right outcome to say the least. This gets a B. Are we on to your main event? 16 minutes on this review, for at least for a recording standpoint. Now I got the intro for YouTube, to say the least, but still you get the point. Moving on to your main event segment. Main event match, to say the least. Blake Monroe, the former Mariah May, and Jordynne Grace defeat Fatal Influence, JC Jane, the reign defend NXT Women's Champion, and Santana Hendry in the main event. This gets a B-. Solid main event. Why the fuck do you have to pin your NXT Women's Champion? Why? Because why? Can we have freaking? Why? Because it's not freaking like basically more JC Jane retain tonight. It's funny. I was going in the show. I've been doing my preview predictions on YouTube Shorts and also Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Go check that out for Evolution tonight. I originally was going to say Jordynne Grace is going to win the championship tonight for the NXT Women's Championship, but I changed my pick thanks to this. But did I say that? I think I still said Jordynne Grace is still winning, but still you get the point. I changed my pick now to JC Jane. Because JC Jane took the pinfall, we're going to get pinned again by Jordynne Grace now? I mean, makes no fucking sense. Why would we use JC Jane as a big-time traditional champion? That'll do her extremely dirty like Zelina Vega for Women's United States title. So I don't think that's going to happen. You never know with Shawn Michaels, even Triple H in general. DX members, to say the least. Is Blake Monroe going to turn on Jordynne Grace during the match? They said her, I'm going to have this later on YouTube Shorts, where Blake Monroe is going for a heel turn. She's probably going to turn heel on Jordynne Grace if she wins the championship or not wins the championship. But if she's going to turn heel and go after the women's championship, you'd think Jordynne Grace wins the title. And then just at the babyface, and then Blake Monroe continue to talk like right after Jordynne Grace wins the championship. So I don't know, man. We still waiting to find out what Evolution produces tonight with that for sure. I'm looking forward to Jordynne Grace and JC Jane for sure, though. That's one of my favorite matches going in the show. Between that and also Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Lyra Valkyria for Women's Intercontinental Championship. But this match was just very... It's not bad per se, but it's not great, obviously. This didn't need to be a PLE either! This match is not what is so premium about what? Because Blake Monroe is making her NXT in-ring debut? Oh man, I couldn't see this on fucking television. I'd rather see that on television. I love Blake Monroe / Mariah May. I know it seems like getting a lot of criticism since coming into WWE. That doesn't make me an AEW shill, people. I give AEW as much flack I do WWE, NXT, or main roster, you name it. But dude, think about this clearly. What the fuck was so premium about this fucking show for you to be a premium live event? What was so premium about it, man? I don't get it. I just don't understand what was so premium about it. Got a bit of a fucking opinion. This main event between Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace pinning JC Jane, Fatal Influence, and Santana Hendry, and the main event is no longer a B-. As for your overall show for WWE Great American Bash 2025, it's also a B-. Very lackluster freaking PLE, if you ask me. That is your WWE NXT or WWE Great American Bash 2025 review. And Lucas E. Allen on Twitter. Oh my gosh, try again. That is your WWE Great American Bash 2025 review on Lucas E. on YouTube and all audio platforms as always. Thank y'all for watching. No, Lucas E. Allen on Twitter. Why I see Twitter again? Thank y'all for watching. Lucas E. Allen on YouTube and all audio platforms with your WWE Great American Bash 2025 review. And join me later today, hopefully, knock on wood. First time in 21 minutes I did that. With your AEW All In 2025 review coming out to YouTube and all audio platforms eventually after that. So stay tuned for that to say. So I might even do a third upload with Saturday night's main event. But I'm probably going to save it for Monday, tomorrow, Saturdays. Thank y'all for watching Great American Bash 2020 review on Lucas E on YouTube and all audio platforms. And I'm out, everybody. Peace, love. Everybody, I'm out. Love you all big time to say the least.